Good day, Sensitive Man here. So I wanted to continue on the topic on recovering after a mental burnout. And I wanted in this third video, so I did in the first video I talked about exercising. Second video I talked about relationships, social life. Um, and in this third video I wanted to wrap it up a bit. And I have a few points which I want to discuss, and I would say that this is probably the main things actually that I wanted to end with in this third video. And it's a few points, but I would say it's based around 2 points, and that's mindset and habits, which I want to talk about. And I'm gonna add more things to it. But to start with the mindset, because of course mindset and habits are, you know, they are, intertwined. They are together in many ways. But what I want to start with regarding mindset is that, of course, well, what I want to start with regarding mindset is that there are, of course, things that has led you to the point where you crash, where you mentally burned out. Of course, I'm talking from experience here. So if you haven't seen my previous videos, I am currently recovering from a mental burnout as well, and I want to share in these videos what I've learned so far in my journey. I'm still on the journey. I'm still not fully recovered, and it goes back 2.5 years now, so it's quite some time. And I did learn a few things on the way, and of course, like me, similar, there are reasons for you to be in the position where you have a burnout, a mental burnout. And I believe that probably you have been pushing yourself too hard, but I believe also that your mindset, how you approach life, could be questioned. So I can only guess, but I suppose that there has been a way where you have approached life with a mindset that is forced. You have been forcing yourself, you have been forcing life, so to say. If I'm going back looking at myself, my mindset has usually been, to summarize it, it's going to go to hell anyway, so I might as well stay with that mindset. And if it doesn't go to hell, I will feel better at that moment because, oh, it didn't go to hell, so I'm gonna be happy. That's so good. It almost went to hell, but it didn't, so yeah. And with this idea, I've been thinking that, okay, if I prepare for it to go to totally crash, to be going to hell simply, then I will not be surprised when it does, and in that way I will feel better or something. Not sure really. I can tell you this: that mindset doesn't work, and it has led me to this point where I have a burnout. I am sure that this is one of the main things. I would say in my life it hasn't. I would say the main thing that made me crash wasn't my my surroundings. It was my own head. Yes. As well as some outside factors, of course. But mostly it's here, of course, and I guess that goes for all of us, you know. We cannot, things happen out there, but it's how we react to those things that gonna um, make us feel happy or sad or angry or whatever, of course. But it's not perhaps so easy always. Never is very easy to just change your mindset. But okay, so I have had a very negative mindset through my life. I've been angry. I've been, very emotional. If something happens, some outside factors happen, I take it very seriously, too seriously, and I take it as, oh, okay, this confirms that things are going to go to hell. I take it as a confirmation, like it confirms it. Okay, right. So, and I mean, it's the all of the thoughts and everything, and I want to relate this to habits as well, because it's within here, but of course it's habits. It's thinking habits which I have. When I, for example, used to look in the mirror, I see myself, my face. I always see, oh, you look terrible today. Okay, that's how I see myself. I notice some spots. I notice some things that I don't like with my face or with my body or something, and I get down on myself over that. And we all have those things, of course. And just to have this kind of mentality and also these thinking habits and this kind of mindset that it will go to hell. So it's possible that we stay with the idea that life is against us. And everything is terrible and horrible, and of course it's very easy to have those feelings if we look at the world, if we're having the habits of watching the news constantly, because that information is everywhere and it wants to get a hold of us. It's actually the feeling that the information is chasing us. That's what I feel. So that's why I'm out here in the forest in my old camper van. I want to escape, I want to escape society, actually, in a way, to be honest, and escape all of that, because I need my peace. That's important, because it's it's difficult to change habits and mindset without having some kind of peace. If you constantly this information and this kind of your surroundings is kind of thrown at you, you are constantly working to push it away, to find ways to just survive, and having a place to retreat where you can have some peace can make you, of course, to put all of these pieces together, to reflect over it, and maybe discard some things which you don't want to think about and reflect over, okay, yes, so have your kind of peace. But how do you change? How do you change your mindset? How do you change your habits? So for me, it had to go to the point where I'm burned out. It's not an easy thing to just change. You hear all of these things, where you have to change your mindset. There's a lot of social media. There's a lot of good things. People talking about changing your mindset, changing your habits, and how to live a better life. And those are a lot. it's brilliant things, absolutely. Um, but it's just how do you actually take it to you? How do you start to change? Because if you've been living half your life, well, all of your life so far, with the mindset that has been negative, that has been going against you, that has been limiting your growing and becoming a better person, and being better towards yourself. And you don't change that from one day to another. It doesn't. It's not easy, of course. So it has to be a process, like with everything, pretty much. So how do you start? Well, I don't know what's the best for you, because I want to say this also with advices. Taking advice from someone, it's always, I mean, when someone gives you an advice, it's usually out of kindness. They want something, they want to share this with you because they love you. So when I get advices, I am very thankful, but I've also realized that it's quite often that advices, can they be applied to your life? Actually, this person that gives you the advice, if you see hers or his life, is that where you want to be? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Does this person see life similar to the way you see it? Do you have the similar kind of eyes? Probably not, but are you on the similar direction, kind of? So I'm gonna give you advice here, but take it, take it in, reflect, and can it be applied to your life? Perfect. If not, then just let go. Okay, so the first thing, so let's say you have now experienced this burnout and you are in the very early stage of trying to recover. You are, of course, it's going to be, you're probably not going to focus on the big questions of life when you're struggling to go to the bathroom and struggling to eat. No, that's going to be a priority at the start. It's really tough. It really is. But when you start to somewhat function again, you're probably going to start to reflect, okay, what led me to this point? What happened here? Was it work? I worked too much. I have maybe some issues in my family, in my relationships, my surroundings. Can it be the problem? Yeah, likely. But how did you respond to these issues? Did you constantly worry? Have you felt that you don't get any space? You don't have peace. You're constantly under pressure. Well, probably there's going to be, a physical, in the world, so to say, changes that you have to make. Maybe some drastic changes. But in order to make the right changes, you're going to have to understand yourself first. You're going to have to sit with yourself, understand yourself, because it's likely, if you're similar to me, I didn't really know myself. It sounds very strange, but it's actually true. I didn't actually know who I was because I was constantly affected by my surroundings, and I was like this kind of lizard, changing colors. Wherever I was, I adapted to my surroundings. Of course, I had my interests and my way of being, but I was too much affected by my surroundings. So what I did was to just sit with myself And here meditation comes in as a very useful tool. And meditation, what is it actually? So it's actually not about just sitting and letting your thoughts, flow around. It's actually meditation has, I would say, the main goal of meditation is to observe your thoughts and be able to let them pass. Because thoughts are going to arise. If you sit there in silence, you trying to not think is not gonna work, because you are going to think. But you can, after some practice of meditation, you can observe these thoughts and let them pass. You cannot have them to completely eat you, so to say, to take over you. And that's actually a big thing. It's a lot. It sounds maybe, well, what's that going to give me? But I promise you, it has a big effect on your life. And how do you actually start to observe your thoughts? Because that's it's constantly. If you start to thinking like this, you have someone inside here that are constantly talking. If you just start to think like that. Actually, I want to give you what made me understand that a little bit is this book, The Untethered Soul, which I really recommend you reading. This was a recommendation from one of my friends, actually, which I met. That's actually a story, but this helped me to understand and helped me to observe that talking thing that we all have inside here. And thinking about your thoughts as someone, just as your friend in here, constantly talking. And then, okay, then you start to observe that. And then you can start to work with that within meditations. And meditations is, well, we see we're sitting cross-legged on the floor and, being very peaceful. But this kind of meditation, the goal is actually not only to sit like that, it's actually to bring it with you, whatever you do in life, and to use that. That's a very useful tool. Okay, so meditation is a way to observe your thoughts, and therefore from that be able to also change the way you think, your mindset, the way you approach life, which led me to another book which you probably heard of. It's called The Secret. So, well, here I am giving book recommendations. I'm going to tell you this also. It's only about, oh, can it be 4 years or something that I read my first whole book. I've been going through my whole life not reading not one complete book. Yeah, it's 5 or 4 years ago I finished my full book. After that, it's just a new world that opens up, because reading, I think that if we compare that to all of the information we get from the screens today, social media, internet, and so on, you are fed with this information. Here's the information, eat it, like that. Of course, yes, you are in a book, you have the information, but you also have the opportunity to create your own picture of the words in your mind. And I believe that that's it's a good thing. It's a good thing for our minds to not constantly just be fed with the information on a screen that is served for you. Here you can also be a bit creative with the words that you read. So The Secret, I'd say that was a really good start, because it's I'd say it's easy to understand. It's a good way to pinpoint those things in your mind and your mindset, how you can change your mindset. I think this with the mirror is a good thing. I actually got it from that book because, as I mentioned, when I used to see myself in the mirror, I said, "You look terrible today." And the change I did here, which I got from this book, The Secret, when I saw myself in the mirror after reading this book, I had with me the phrase, fake it until you make it, which you probably know. And it's a bit funny, but it also works. It really does. When I now saw myself in the mirror, I still thought, okay, I look terrible. But instead, I told myself loudly, "Oh, you look wonderful today, sir. You're very cute looking today. You, oh, your hair is wonderful." Just positive things, whatever it was. And the next day, I looked myself in the mirror. I still think I look horrible, but I say, "Sir, you are very handsome." And I continued to do that. And after a while, I can notice myself change the way, just how I see myself in the mirror. That, okay, actually, maybe I look pretty good, actually. Maybe okay, yeah, well, right. I start to do those changes. Fake it until you make it. And that, I think this is useful because this can be applied to not, of course, only how you see your appearance, but to everything else. Um, for example, how you see things that happens. Okay, I got a flat tire on my car. Okay, that means because I'm also stressed, I need to hurry. Uh, and I used to be, okay, I panic, I stress, okay, I'm gonna miss the meeting or whatever, and that and that and that gonna have effect on that and that, and it's just going to go to hell, everything. That was kind of my instant thought, that instantly it's horrible, that the world falls apart very quickly in my mind. But that is possible to change. After this mindset change, okay, I get a flat tire. Boom. Oh, something happened. I get out to see, I have a flat tire. Okay, I have a flat tire. Okay, okay. I'll take a few deep breaths. Relax, relax. It's okay, it's okay. I repeat, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. I survived. I did not crash. It's okay. The car is still on the road. It's okay. I don't have a spare tire. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. I can call someone that can come with a spare tire. It's okay. 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 It's okay. Oh, I'm stressed to work, but it's okay. They're gonna, my colleagues are gonna do fine without me. It's fine. It's fine. My boss will understand. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's all good. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I would just repeat that. And it's going to be okay. Because what I've come to the conclusion is that it's always gonna be okay. It's always going to be sorted out. Somehow it's gonna solve itself. Or you are going to push at the right time to do the right decision, and it's gonna be solved. That's another thing. The art of not forcing. That's Mr. Alan Watts. I also recommend this guy to look at, read about him and see his videos. Because that's also something to learn, that if I feel that I force something too much, it's probably not the right thing to do. If it goes with ease, that's probably the right thing. With these two books, actually a new world has opened up. There's also a few books which I really has changed a lot. So reading is a good thing, definitely, but read the right books, of course. So, yeah, mindset change and habits. I think you understand what I mean here. And coming to this point where you have a burnout, you are going to be just not change your mindset and habits because it's probably going to be better in life. You don't have an option. You are forced to change your mindset and your habits. And you probably understand it already. There's no other way. If you don't want to end up in this situation again, or never get out of this situation, you are going to do some changes, some massive changes. And everything actually starts here. That's how it is. You know, you heard it before, but it's so true. What this also will lead to is that you probably will question everything. You probably will question the way you've been living, and you probably start to understand the things that wasn't actually going. It wasn't actually your choices. It wasn't actually in line with how you actually want to live your life. You are going to start to see it because you will be forced to see it. In the start, you probably think, oh, I'm going to do everything to get back on track again and be the same person I used to be. But I don't think you actually want to be the person you used to be. Because this person, this mindset led you to crash. So I think you don't want to get back to that, right? So another advice which you can take or let go of is sit down with yourself, of course, meditate. Grab something to write on, or a computer can be useful. It's a bit quicker, of course. That's what I've done also. I actually ended up writing around 100 pages of my thoughts and the way I've been living. I also sit a lot outside in nature. If you've seen my previous videos, you know I love to be outside. It gives me some space, some ability to reflect. And then I write on paper, I write on the computer. I also use the voice message on my phone and just get my thoughts out there. Why do I do this? Because this is a way to understand myself. Understand what I want in life, because I haven't really understood it, to be honest. It gives me a lot to just get my thoughts on paper or on this kind of voice messages, so this voice notes. Yes. And I can start to work with that. It's very useful. What all of these things are going to lead to is that you will understand what you did that wasn't in line with your true self. Okay, so you probably don't want to get back to that job, actually. Maybe you did too much. Maybe you went to the gym a bit too often, actually. You were like a hamster just running in that wheel, you know, constantly. You never stopped to actually reflect on life. And neither did you actually enjoy life. We are here on this earth. We have just one life, as far as we know, at least. It shouldn't all be about productivity, delivering things, just being productive all the time. They can't all be about that. Because when do we enjoy it? When do you just feel that, oh, it's so beautiful? The world is so beautiful. If you're constantly fed with how horrible the world is. Well, you have a choice to make here. You can choose to, okay, actually, that news and all of that, absolutely, it's a lot of horrible things, and we shouldn't just, get our head in the sand and just not see that. This can be discussed, of course, but a person cannot take in everything, because if you want to actually make a difference in the world, you got to start with yourself. It's not gonna work otherwise. You're gonna feel good yourself before you can actually do some actual things that can make this world a better place for other people and for yourself. So this another point which I want to take here, which has been very clear to me, is that this has also led to, when I understand what I want in life, how I want to approach life in a way that's in line with myself and my beliefs, the creativity comes. Unleash the creativity. And that is something that gives your life a purpose, a meaning. Whatever it is, you have the creativity within you, and you can use it to create something. And maybe even it can be, your income in the future. Of course, that's probably everyone's dream, kind of. But I mean, to really take that creativity, maybe not only as a hobby which you do maybe an hour each month, but give it time. Because what I also believe is unleashing that creativity, letting it flow, is going to be a key in your recovery as well. Because now you see what's true to your heart. You're starting to be positive to yourself. You're starting to change your habits to be more kind towards yourself, and with that also comes the creativity. And it's an amazing feeling. I can notice this now. Okay, I'm still in the process of recovering. I don't really have the energy. I feel I don't have the sharpness in the brain and all that. But I can see that all of these changes is really like, I was sitting here just this morning, and actually, this is how I want to live. This is my dream life. I'm living in an old camper van in the forest. My clothes are a bit dirty, and my hair, see how it is? Beautiful, isn't it? But I have the time here to be creative. That's what I'm doing right now, for example. I'm sharing my experience, and I don't know if people like it or not, if it's something valuable for someone. If just one person think that is some value, then it's all worth it. I started to unleash my music interest again, playing instruments, singing even, and I am, reading a lot of interesting books. I'm, yeah, I'm doing the things that I want to do, and I love it. I'm able to do this right now. We don't know, I will, of course, see how it happens. Economically is always a thing, but you will be faced with those things, and I will be faced with these kind of things how will I survive economically? But if you find your path, maybe you will struggle economically in the start, as I do. But if you know you're on the right path, it's going to be worth it, because it's just being able to, okay, I have money, so enough so I can survive. That's a good thing. But to be able to live a very simple life, but it's true to myself, true to my being. I'm doing the things I like. I am being creative. It's all worth it. And I cannot swear that it's going to, be all go well for me. I cannot promise. I don't know what will happen. But I feel inside. I feel here inside that I'm on the right path. So I have the right belief. And belief is a lot. Yeah. Believe. Believe. Just believe in it. Whatever it is, just believe. Stay positive. Everything will be okay. If you see your life so far, everything previously which you worried about got solved somehow. It was okay. And it will continue to be okay. If it's not okay at some point, well, why worry about that right now, right? Don't worry. It will be okay. So, to summarize a little bit here, change your mindset. Be kind to yourself. Be positive towards yourself. Say nice words towards yourself. It will all solve itself. Habits. Change your habits. Change your thinking habits. And yes, your physical habits as well. Just think that kindness towards yourself, you come a long way. Enjoy life. Enjoy it. Don't just aim to be productive. See the beauty of nature. Enjoy life. Be happy with what you have. See what you have. It's wonderful. Beautiful people in your life, pets, your hobbies, where you live. There are positive things there. I am very sure. And just focus on that. Focus on the positives. And relax, meditate, and unleash your creativity. So, I hope this gave you some kind of tools to work with. If it doesn't, it's always good to just hear someone else talk about these kind of things, because I feel there's not a lot of there's a lot of shame, I think, of being burnt out, because you're not the same person anymore, and you don't have the energy, you cannot do things the way you used to do them. But as I said, you will be forced to make some changes here, and in the end, you're actually going to be happy you went through this journey. It sounds maybe, not what you want to hear right now, perhaps, or it is actually, because it will be okay. You are gonna live a life that's true to yourself. You're gonna live your life the way you want it. At least it's going to be a lot more like the way you want it than the way you think you want it, or the way you think you are forced to live. And actually, you don't have to do anything. You're not forced to do anything, even though society and everyone around you tells you that. You don't have to. You don't actually have to. Remember that. You have a choice. The choice is yours. Okay. Take care now. Be kind to yourself. Relax. Enjoy the simple things in life. Enjoy nature. Meditate. Breathe. And just think that it will be okay. Everything will be solved. Okay, take care now. Ciao.